Hey guys, I can only imagine how much you missed me, not only from the spring that we didn't get to see each other much, but for the whole summer. So here's a quick preview of some things that we could be looking at going into the new school year. First things first, though, I want to give you guys a quick pat on the back for how much stuff that we were able to learn, accomplish, and grow with in a very tricky situation as far as helping our student population. From things that we were comfortable with to things that we were not comfortable with and figured out on the fly. We worked together very, very well. But as we've started this, one of the things that we've found some students that have responded very well to this environment, some who didn't. But our preferred method is to have the students in the classroom. But there's a way that we could look at how can we impact learning outside of the classroom and maybe do it in a more direct and efficient manner. So what could we work on this year? And what could we maybe use just in case we have to have a stop and a start? So, cautiously, I offer the idea of a flipped classroom, where the idea is try to do the lower level stuff outside of the classroom, and then you, as the expert, can help the students when they need help in actually doing the tasks. Instead of going home and forgetting what you'd said, they have access to that, but you're there to help guide them and also do those formative assessments. Are they getting it? Are they not? How can I redirect this in order to make sure that they are getting it? We were to think about this with the level of the Bloom's taxonomy, in a typical classroom, we start off with very low level things. What do they need to know? Be able to identify. How could they start to summarize it, show that they understand, then apply these sorts of things, analyzing, and then if we get to it, evaluation, and fundamentally to creating. With a flipped classroom model, what we're doing is we're trying to work on some of the higher skills together in the classroom. So think of it as almost inverting the pyramid. Before class, they work on the vocabulary, the basic skills, and trying to understand those. During the class, you're doing the applying and the analyzing, and then afterwards, we're doing the evaluating and the creating. We might say, hey, weren't we doing that already? We were doing our talks within the classroom, we were recording it and sharing it with them. But with some of the talks being longer chunks, what can we do to hone that down to what is a specific skill that might help to boost engagement? So here's a quick video on the SAMR model. I'll see if I can get my big head out of the way. hopefully that video helps, but at the same time, it might be a little bit easier to uh, look at these sorts of tasks and say, hey, if the classroom discussion was the it was a Google, turned into a Google Meet that was being saved, there is something of a substitution with this. We've also added a little bit of some functional improvements because students could go back and see some of the things again. But as we look at some of our skill sets that we're trying to teach, I think we can start with this part and even move into the modification with it by using things like I'm using here with Edpuzzle. And eventually, sometimes, I think we can even refine the task. We don't have to do that every day, though. I think if we are just able to use what we are already trying to teach and drill down a little bit, be more specific with it, we can be much more successful. And it can be a way for us to grow. So if I go back and find this again. So with this idea of flipping the classroom, what I would consider us looking at, especially with that SAMR model, is intentionally flipping certain things. What skills or information might the students need to refer back to later, or need help, or maybe have to learn at a different pace? This could help at the middle school or high school level, something that that elementary school teachers are good at, stations with different tasks and different skills. But here's the most important thing that I think that we should keep in mind with this. Make these videos about you and about what you're doing and teaching. You have the relationship with the students, and that's going to boost the engagement. YouTube videos like the one that I just showed you can be good in some respects, but did you find yourself kind of maybe drifting off a little bit with it because it wasn't the person that you knew talking to you? So shorter videos. This can have a lot of other ripple effects with helping communication with parents. Also, with I think where we'd like to go in the future, which is teaching our students to master the content and not just looking with a grade. I'm going to ask you another couple questions with this, and I hope to continue working with you as we try to develop this and grow in this upcoming year. Thanks.